Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. How are we doing? Oh, do we not have game audio by Silly Goose? Let's see. Ooh, why isn't it capturing that? Why is game audio not being captured? Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can restart this here. Because I have it on my end. Move that up. Oh, there we go. I think we got it now. Let's hold on for a second, see how that works. Let me get things settled. Ladies and gents, had a long day at work. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not going to complain about it. However, it was long and very busy, and quite honestly, I don't know if my throat could handle voicing a couple hours of Mahotsukai no Yoru, which was the original plan. And I'm a bit brain dead, so I wanted to play a little bit more of a chill game that I don't have to think too much or do too much with. Just like that. Alright. Let's actually move the audio back up a little bit more. I don't like how loud I am in comparison to everything else. So we're gonna play some Death Must Die. I've played quite a bit of this game. This is one of my, I wouldn't say guilty pleasure games, but definitely a game that I've put a whole lot of time into compared to a lot of other games. It honestly reminds me a lot of Diablo. Obviously, it's an isometric, it's a top-down game, but it is much more of a loot, kill shit, hack and slash game, as opposed to more story-driven and all that good stuff game like Diablo. There we go. Hold on. I'm having some trouble with the audio leveling. I think that'll be good. Alright. And of course, let me know how the audio is on you guys' end as we go on. I don't want to be absolutely blasting you guys. I'm monitoring on my end, but sometimes it can be a little bit finicky.
Persistence.
This game is pretty cool because it literally is just it's very much like Vampire Survivors, if you guys are familiar with that. But one of the fun parts about the game is that the way you progress is that you get these little shards and level up like Vampire Survivors, but instead of items in the normal way, like you would in Vampire Survivors, you actually have gods, that you have an RNG. There's a chance to roll each time you level up which god you get, up to, I think you can have 3 gods in a run, that you and you get various boons from them. It's very fun.
You know how some say
You saw Summer, who's the goddess of
on
fire.
a long enough timeline. It's true.
Now we have Mort,
I only wish my
the daughter of
friends
death.
said so.
Big fan of the goth thing, so we like Mort around here. Let's see. We'll do execution. Well, Summer's a funny chick. She's very bubbly and upbeat and energetic, and naturally, she has her sister Winter as well, who's the ice and winter and all things cold goddess, who's very chill, talks slow, and very disapproving of her sister's antics. So we saw Time, and we're gonna go with Nin, who's the goddess of Earth, and now that's a woman. Let's see, we'll use Rock Hands. So as you can see, choosing that, I now have a pair of gigantic rock arms above my head, throwing hands with anything that gets too close, which is quite fun. And this first run we're gonna do, I just chose the character I'm playing right now is Scotty, who's kind of a Scottish Highlander type character. She's very fun. You can build her in a couple different ways. So in addition to choosing your the gods that will give you the blessings, You do have inventory. Let's see if I can open it here. You can see where we've got equipment and various things that we can pick up while we play. And you've got your stats on this side. Scotty is the warrior. She's very cute, very wholesome for an absolutely bloodthirsty murder machine. How I actually beat back when the game had first come out, it was brutally hard because there just wasn't the... You just didn't have the stuff that you have now. A lot of the items, a lot of the blessings got tuned as time has gone on, as well as the fact that, you know, just didn't have all of the items in inventory.
Even the
So I did...
pebble can start an avalanche. What can you start, mortal?
Alright, as I was saying. What was I saying? Sorry, I got distracted. Items, inventory. Ah, yes. And the character passives. Each character has their own passive tree, which we'll look at after this run, just to give you guys a look at it. Let's see here. And of the characters in the game, Scotty is the warrior, so she's kind of generally geared to high attack damage, but you can also build her for speed, which, before I got distracted, is what I was talking about beating the game initially on. At least the game that has been released so far is an early access game. Bear that in mind if this looks like something you like, or would like to get. You can also build her to have the friend build, as I like to call it, where you have a bunch of summons. Actually, if you go through her passive tree, you can start with, I believe you can get 2 summons off the rip, just from loading in the game if you choose to build her skill tree in a certain way. Then you have Averon, who is your classic sword and board knight. Tends to be super tanky. You can get bonuses for taking damage and then dealing damage right afterwards. As well as, depending on if you like to build him a different way, you can kind of go the Holy Paladin route, where you get bonuses themed around Justice, who is also one of the gods in the game. You have Krompt, or Krompch, as I like to call him, who is our Orc Barbarian man, who's very scary, very big. He's kind of a slow-moving, tanky, but also high-damage mauler of a character. And here are the Fates. Very cute. Always causing some kind of trouble. Let's see. Damage is always good. Now the Fates are interesting because they can appear no matter how many, if you have all the gods you can get in a run or not. They're kind of a wild card group that you can get. And they have some really nice things. They can offer you alterations to where you can choose different gods to choose the blessing of on level up. You can use them to reroll the blessings that you have available to you, along with just straight up increases, like damage increase that I took. Very, very cool. And very funny too. They've got really funny dialogue. That's the other thing about this game is there really isn't much of a story that's told to you explicitly. A lot of it is told through just the little bits of dialogue you get when the gods are talking to you. You get a very little bit off the rip when you load in the game. You start as Averon, the knight, and you get told the basic premise of death has gone mad, and you need to come down here and cut your way through the realm of death to stop him and bring him to justice. And that's about all you get. And then all the dialogue from the different gods and between the different characters in the waiting area before you load into a game, that is where you get your story from. And it's very, very fun. It's very flavorful. Sometimes it's funny, but it doesn't feel hammy. You know what I mean? Like all the different characters and gods have their own thing going on.
Understand the pleasure of the grind.
If I speak, I'm in trouble. If I speak, I'm in trouble. All right, we're gonna do that. So what other characters do we have? We've got, I believe his name is Lorien, who is our ranger. He's a bowman, which we're going to be playing some of him today because I haven't played much of him. Along with Nyx, or Nixie, who is our elf rogue. Very quick. You can get lots of dashes, high damage, but very, very small attack range. Pretty fragile too, overall. You gotta be careful playing with her. I have definitely been caught out. Then we have, oh my goodness, I can't remember her name and I feel bad. We have a sorceress as well, who is our fun-loving, bubbly, moving bomb. And she's very fun. You can go straight spellcasting and have just ridiculous stuff going on screen, or you can do what I like to do, which is I enjoy her as a summon mage, and I just end up with, through a little bit of effort, everything possibly on screen that I can have that's a summon, and they just do my work for me, and that's pretty fun too. Let's see. Let's do Landslide. That's a fun ability. Go. Bloodthirst. Oh, I didn't even talk about the boy himself. Okay. So naturally, when you're talking about gods, and there's a game about taking blessings from different gods, and you're fighting, there's got to be a god of war. There just has to be. It's the rules. And there is. And his name is Chrom. Chrom is cool. He is just Mr. Murder Man. What you see is what you get. He despises duplicity and trickery. He is all about the honorable battle and just absolute slaughter and the pride in the warrior and his craft. Very cool. Very, very fun. Oh, hello, Mr. Warrior. Warrior and an attorney. Should be a snake. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. Nin, the Earth Goddess, she was released with the second stage, which we might play in a little bit. And she has got some really, really fun stuff. Very, very nice. Good all around in general as well.
In urns.
Alright. Do you want to get sickles? Yeah, let's use sickles. It's funny to me that you can get multiple devotion upgrades. Let's see. Pretty much good with all that. And we are melted. We just melted the Necromancer. Next time we run through, we'll use probably either Nixie or Lorien, and it'll make it a more interesting fight because me and Scotty go way back. We can mess some things up, the two of us. Speaking of Scotty's, I need to post it on Twitter. I might post it tonight actually after stream. But I have a modest collection of figures in my place, and I have the Elite 2 version of Scotty as a figure, and I love it. I love that figure. I love the character of Scotty from Arknights, I should mention. Scotty from Arknights, not Fate Go or some of the various other properties that characters with the name of Scotty reside. But, and while I do love the figure, what I didn't realize when I bought the figure was how humongous she is. And that is not me being cheeky or saying something lewd. I mean, it's not just a figure. It's a whole freaking diorama, man. Like, that thing, that is a next level size of a figure. It is a whole display. I did not realize this when I bought it. I thought it was probably half the size that it is. So I had to, quick, fast, and in a hurry, figure out where in the heck I was going to put that thing. But it is very cool. I peeked a little bit, aren't I? Cut that out. but she is pretty cool. If you know the E2 splash art in Arknights, which is the max level for characters that you can get, E2, go check it out. That's essentially what it is, and it's 3D. The background images in there have been molded to kind of wrap around and form a whole little diorama around Scotty. And I actually got it on a absolutely ridiculous sale. I was looking at that figure for a little bit, and along with a couple of others, and ended up getting it for like a couple $100 off what it usually sells for. So I jumped on that the moment that it went on sale. I was like, oh my goodness, I've got to get this now. And that was years ago now, and I've been stuck with her ever since. Let's see, let's go attack speed.
Soft, weak. Mort pales in comparison to her father. How can she help defeat him?
I actually hadn't seen this dialogue from Nin before. Alright, she's got some opinions. Alright, what do we do? Devotion? We'll do Mount this time. Speaking of Arknights, I need to play more. I used to play a lot of Arknights, and I mean a lot of Arknights. That was my main squeeze as far as games go for a long while. A couple years, actually. And I play a lot of gacha games in general, so that was definitely something. It was good. It was good. I enjoy tower defense games in general, which is the base gameplay loop of Arknights, and there's a couple different game modes that you can do, so it's usually, and pretty much always, really fun and engaging. But I have just not had a lot of the time that I would like to. And by that, I mean, I've put my time towards other things that I want to do, and I've not kept up with the story of Arknights like I would like to. I played a bit of Siege's character story post all of the Victoria stuff in the main story. Not going to spoil it. Not going to spoil it for anybody, because it is very good. If you haven't seen it, haven't played it, you should. But also, I don't know about you guys, while I absolutely still love the story of Arknights, the start of Arknights, the first big section with the reunion and all of that, that hooked me really hard. And it's been, it definitely feels like Arknights has been trying to play catch-up for the most part ever since. There was just a certain magic to the start of Arknights' story. Not to say there hasn't been good stuff. I like a lot of the side stories, the intervalos. Anytime the, oh my goodness. I did play a lot of, I can't remember if it came out before or after the Siege stuff.
What do you think of the place?
The sub-stories
potential, I think.
with Lapland and
It's
Texas.
usually a lot calmer, mind you.
First was Texas the Omatosa, and then was Lapland's side story. Oh my goodness. I wish I could remember what the name of it was, because it was so good. And that's the other thing, too. I think part of it is I really, really get attached to certain characters in Arknights, and am largely unbothered by the goings-on outside of that. Like with the, to mention Scotty again, I love the Abyssal Hunters for a variety of reasons. I think they're really cool, just in general. They've got a Bloodborne kind of design philosophy to them, but they're also really interesting characters. There's kind of like this tragic melancholy and like borderline defeatalism, but they're just managing to hang on, just putting one foot in front of the other despite everything else that's going on in the world, and banding together even with their differences, disagreements, and just complicated just stuff going on around them. They're so interesting to me, and I love them, and I love the stories that have been around them as well. even when it's not directly about the Abyssal Knights as a whole, such as the sub-story with Garani and Scotty. Scotty shows up after a little bit in that, and it's actually got kind of an antagonist role, which was very interesting. Then, of course, what was the oh my goodness, what was the name of the big one where Spectre Alter shows up? Setaparis Navi? Nova? Something like that. If you have played through it, all I gotta say is Golden Age will return again, and you guys will get what I'm talking about. If you guys know what that section was, drop it down below, because I'm having a brain fart. I want to say it was Stultifaris Navis. That was a really good story as well. You got to see some Calcit. You got to see pretty much all the Abyssals. I think the only Abyssal that we didn't see anything of was Andriana. And she's kind of interesting as an Abyssal on her own, because she's kind of got a standoffish situation with the rest of the Abyssals. She's kind of left that behind, which makes her interesting in her own right. And of course, that's also, we got Irene, my goat, my gunslinging, just Inquisitor mad lady. Big fan of her. She's very cool. Big fan of her interactions with Spectre too. Oh dude, just seeing Spectre in what I will generously call right frame of mind after so long, and all the mystery surrounding Spectre and who she is and what's going on with her was so interesting and so cool. And her alter form as well, very, very good. I wish I had Spectre Alter of my own, but fortunately I do have a couple of people I'm friends with in the game who have Spectre Alter, and I routinely steal them from their the borrow unit page before the start of matches, or start of maps, and use her because she's very good. I don't have a couple of Abyssals either. I'm missing Scotty. Base Scotty. I've got Scotty the Corrupting Heart, which is a very, very nice healer if you've got other Abyssal Hunters. She's not as good if you don't have those synergies with Abyssals, but she's still an okay AoE healer. But I really, really like her. She's usually in my lineup because I use the Abyssal Hunters just as a baseline for the most part. And of course I've got Gladia, I've got base Spectre, and I've got Andriana. I do not have Ulpian. I would like Ulpian. I want the tired Abyssal Dad. I like him a lot. I love his like quietly done with your crap sarcastic personality. I think that's very fun. And I do not have Spectre Alter. Let's see. Now that I'm thinking about it, who do I usually run as my base team in Arknights? That's largely going to be Abyssals that I have, which I just rattled off. So Gladia, Scotty Corrupting Heart, Spectre. Depending on what I need and how much, how big the map is, I might take Andriana, I might not. It just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm going to have Platinum in there, because Platinum is my goat when it comes to sniper units. I'm going to probably... Oh, no, I'm definitely going to take Siege. Siege is my Vanguard of choice. And it's very easy to swap in other Vanguards as I need. Usually I don't. She's got a really, really strong... what is it? Her second ability, I believe. The Overhead Slam. Very, very good. I like it. I like it quite a bit. And if you need it, she's got a passive for other Vanguard units as well to get that good damage and defense out of them. I would say more often than not, but depending on the map that I'm running, I will very often take Mudrock as well. Mudrock is one of my other favorite units in the game. She is an absolute unit, and while it is a downside that you can't actually heal her, she does a buttload of damage. And she's got pretty good self-sustain, even just by herself in general. Now, if you go and take Blemishine as well as Mudrock, which if I need to lock some stuff down, that's usually what I'm going to do. Her Blemishine's, that is, her passive ability is a buff to other tanky units, especially Mudrock, because instead of having to wait, you get her ability charge up very fast, which essentially makes her unkillable, which is very funny, and makes her just not only a single target damage, just murder monster, but she essentially becomes an AoE unit as well. Just all because when she charges up her hit, she does this big whirl around kind of spinny attack that hits everything in the adjacent tiles, and it's a fair bit of damage. So you just start to turn her into a chainsaw. Let's see. Let's take Rock Hands. There we go. Let's take that magnet as well. Blemishine as a unit by herself, alright, I think she requires a little bit more setup as a unit as opposed to some other options for your defenders. I'm not using that power slide anyway, let's take that. Speaking of Blemishine, I often take her sister as well, Miss Knurl. She's quite good. I usually take not her base form, which is a defender, although she's a fair defender. What I usually take is instead her altar form, Knurl Altar, which, what is it, Radiant Knight Knurl, I believe is the actual name of the unit. And now that is where she shines. If I need a little bit more oomph as far as tanking goes, I will probably take Gavial Altar. Gavial, was it Undefeated? I can't remember. I think it's Undefeated Gavial. But she likes to pretend she's a tank. With how tanky you can get her if you put some time and effort into upgrading her. But you pop her ability, and she just wails on stuff. It's awesome. Now, if you're playing early Arknights or Arknights on a budget, and you don't have some cool defender units, you get Quora, the little turtle girl, with a baseball bat, and you put everything you can into upgrading her. And she turns into just a steel-belted radial. I mean, I used her for literal years as my tank of choice in all content, because she is just amazing as a base and a very cheap unit. Very, very good, very useful.
Fire made mortals soft, like that sly fox Summer. You should have never
Nin's got
taken
some
her
more
egg.
words. That is one other thing that I really appreciate too, and why I keep playing Arknights, even if it's a bit more intermittently now. While power creep definitely is a thing, I'm not going to kid you on that. All right, power creep definitely is a thing, and there are better units than others. It is very, very doable to be completely free to play, which your boy is. I've never spent a single penny on Arknights. It's very, very doable to play completely free to play and still get the full experience of the game. And I really, really appreciate and respect that about Arknights. Now, it will take longer to do stuff, but if you are a more financially responsible, alright, gacha game player, Arknights is a good choice. Azure Lane, I don't play much Azure Lane anymore. I haven't played Azure Lane in a long time because I got mad at it. Because I lost a lot of my stuff because I just didn't link my account and I lost all my units and I got very upset. Now, that's a skill diff, I'll admit to you. But my experience with it is if you want a gacha game to put some hours into and not spend money on, that's a good option as well. What else do I got? Touhou Lost Word. If you're a Touhou fan, as I am, that's a fun one. Although it is, I will completely admit to you, it is much more ravenous as far as trying to take your money, having a bunch of banners. Girls Frontline can be a money sink if you let it. Otherwise, just chill and play it at a slow pace. Oh shoot, Uma Musume too. I recently picked that up. I bandwagoned onto that hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. But, very fun. It doesn't feel too bad as far as the monetization of it goes. Oh, that's right, we've got Leaf too. I haven't played much Leaf. We might play Leaf. And then maybe some Nixie and Lorien. Leaf is our druid. Cromch is our barbarian. Leaf was funny. Let's play her. Alright. So we gotta go back to the campfire. Actually, we're gonna sell stuff first. All this because I've got a bunch of really good kit. Alright. Leaf. A life in the wilderness has turned Leaf into a deadly beast capable of adapting to any harsh environment. Alright, how are we doing as far as... Alright, we've got some decent-ish equipment. And here, the Constellarium is our upgrade area with all kinds of different upgrade paths. So let's see, with her, we've got bear form. And then we've got eagle form. And what was the other one? Was it panther? Durable forms. Yeah, panther form. That could be fun too. We can get extra boards, so you're not just locked into just the one board that you have to keep resetting. You will have the ability to have different boards that you can set up depending on what you want to run. Let's see. I'll do this. Oh, and if you go here to the Star Crux, you can add modifiers as well. You'll get better item rarity, better drops if you add these in. Like if you put that in, you can see at the bottom here, this has gone up. And then if we, let's just pop all of these. Oh, we can't probably, because we haven't played with her. But if you're on a character where you've played a lot of, you can put on a lot of these and get a lot better items out of it. But for now, let's take old Leaf for a spin, huh? Full disclosure, I have no idea how to build this character. I am flying blind. Got a fair attack speed. Let's see, springs. The springs will give us health back over time for a limited amount of time. Let's see. Crit chance, power strikes.
Growing up here wasn't so bad. It was when I ventured outside that I discovered how colorful life can be, though. I can't look at it the same way now.
Upbeat goth. You can't beat that, man. Actually, it's very, very sad. I've had very, very poor experiences with a majority of goths in my life. Granted, I was very young at the time. I haven't met too many in recent years. But goths, in my experience, and this is just my own experience, I know there's goths out there who are pretty cool. There was actually a goth I met in college who was pretty cool. But the majority of them that I have interacted with have been very, what's the word? Try hard, maybe, is the word. They just wanted you to play along with their little thing, you know, instead of just kind of being who they are and what they like and everything like that and being cool. It was like almost a requirement that you had to play along with it. And that just wasn't cool. And then they would get mad at you for not doing so. And it was like, well, you know. Again, nothing against goths or the goth aesthetic and subculture. There's some cool people I've known who are goths, but in the most part, the exposure that I've had to goths have been not great. Let's see if we can get an alteration. Ooh, I don't like the funny lightning man. I don't want time either. Use force. We'll use that. Yeah, we are not getting very good spawns as far as map items either. That's the other. This game seems very simple, and is very simple on the surface. You kill stuff for a certain allotted amount of time and try and beat all the bosses, and the big boss at the end. But there's also things like the various monuments and interactables on the map that you can get even more upgrades from, and can help you build. Ah, we got hit, so we have become bear.
Your quest.
Because Leaf is a druid. Very funny. Big fan. A little bit unwieldy. We're gonna have to try some of her other forms, I think. I'm not completely sold on Leaf yet. Alright. Got our mini-map up here where we can see the different things that we can go to. Better heals. This should be movement. Yes. It's a grave. I usually skip the graves and the chests because they really don't give you too good of a stuff. If you are just starting the game, they can be alright. But really, once you start getting gold as you get some more runs in, you're going to want to buy stuff from the merchant or start cranking up difficulty and looking for drops from the bosses rather than the interactables on the map to get stuff out of. Do war packs. The spray work is quite good in this game too. I'm just looking at the way Leaf's bear form is done. It's quite nice. It's quite detailed. The amount of shading in it is quite impressive as well, especially while it's animated too. Ooh, this guy. We gotta kill him, because he'll summon other archers. Necronomicon. Just gain life. You don't have summons. Usually I would do... Well, we do have summons. This blood swords, but... that's not what we're gonna go with, I think. Let's get this. Chrom's got some really good abilities that feed into each other quite well. I'll just do that. not too bad. The slimes can be a bit of a rough one when you're just starting out. And that is because you get hemmed in with those black flames there that form a barrier. And you just have a massive enemies. So if you don't have enough to deal with the absolute cavalcade that you're dealing with, it's going to be a rough time. Let's see. Influence? Nah, execution. Why influence when you can kill? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Put me in Umineko. I can do it. I can be a character. I don't know what that says about me, but that's what we're going with, I guess. Let's see. Let's get some bloodlust. Speaking of visual novels, though, what kind of visual novels do you guys like and would want to see me go through on stream? Because I was thinking about that, and after we get through the rest of Mahotsukai no Yoru, I would very, very much like to play some of the other Nazuverse visual novels. For instance, I've got classic Fate Unlimited Blade Works that we could play. That'd be quite fun. But there's a variety of visual novels out there, and as long as they aren't too crazy. Like, I'm not going to be playing Sayano Uta, okay? We aren't doing that. I've been through Sayano Uta before, I do not want to again. Or, like, it'd be a funny meme. It'd be really, really funny. But we're not doing Neko Para or anything like that, alright? Tsukihime would be fun. Piece of Blue Glass Moon, whether it's the remake or the original. Although I might have to do some censorship on the original. The original's got some rough stuff in it. If you're on the more squeamish side and are not familiar with the old school side of visual novels, let's call it like that. Do that. There's one that I've got and I've been meaning to play for a while called Endless Mondays, which I feel like that would speak to me as someone who's been around the corporate thing for a long while now, and feels the pain of the corporate drone. I feel like that'd be a fun time. It seems very tongue-in-cheek and funny, comedic. Let's do that. Why not? We're the Nancer. The Nanzomancer. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. The Necromancer. There we go. Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. Alright, Leaf is good. I just don't know why I'm good with Leaf. Does that make sense? Like, I don't have a real build progression in mind. I'm just kind of doing stuff. And it's working. Is that her shtick? You can just do stuff? I suppose that's fine. Let's see. I like that she does flips with her dodge as well. Like she's doing cartwheels, front flips, back handsprings. Very fun. I think you can tell a lot about a character and who they are as a character by how they move. I mean, just look around you in real life, do a little bit of people watching, and you can, I firmly believe, you can tell a lot about a person just by how they move and carry themselves. I firmly believe people watching is one of the best activities in life. Like, you just go and find somewhere that's moderately to highly populated. Now, you know, you just chill out. Coffee shops are great for this, by the way. Or outlet malls, where you can grab a drink or something and post up on somewhere. either on a curb or if they have, what are they called? Little benches and seats outside. You can just do some people watching. You can learn so much about a variety of people, of a variety of lifestyles and backgrounds and approaches to this thing we call life just by watching how they carry themselves. What's funny too is now that I'm starting to get a little bit more into my adult years, not like I'm going gray anytime soon or anything like that, but I'm not super young anymore. It's very easy now for me to tell people who are younger and have less life experience just by how they carry themselves now. It's very funny. It's something that's it really only started happening really hard recently, and a lot of that is due to my family. I've got a younger brother, and he is getting to the dangerous teen years, and you can just tell. You know what I mean? Very interesting to see him grow up too, especially as we are very different people. So as you might have intuited, let's say you may have intuited that I'm a bit of an otaku, considering the model that I use is not really a model. It is just the picture of Konata playing at her computer that I've scribbled tattoos onto. I'm a bit of an otaku. I'm very to myself, very reserved. I'm not super outgoing. This is essentially the most outgoing I'll be all week, or in my days. I'm big into all that stuff. I'm big into lifting and going to the gym. I love reading, super into books and music, like super into music. And my brother's like the complete opposite. He is Mr. Outgoing. He is Mr. Steal Girl. He's super extroverted. He'll talk to people. He'll start conversations. He loves sports. He plays sports. He's actually pretty dang good at it too. And all that sort of thing. You know, his idea of a good game is Call of Duty and Rainbow Six Siege, and NBA 2K, stuff like that, where it's just complete opposites. Doesn't really like anime at all, outside of the passing interest, where because anime's come a little bit more mainstream. So it's very cool seeing us both be very different and yet still be very close. Because he's now, like I've been saying it for a little bit now, but now that he's getting into those years, he's really becoming his own little person now. It's really cool. Speaking of anime, I gotta be careful about talking about family, because I do want to keep some things a little bit more on the private side as far as stream goes. But I am like Maze Hughes from Fullmetal Alchemist, where once I start talking about my family, I will just start gushing, because my immediate family are all amazing people, and I'm very blessed to have all of them. I love them very dearly. Honestly, it's a miracle that I don't have a full-on Maze Hughes, like a photo unraveling out of my wallet type deal, where you have a bunch of the wallet size photos. Oh, that reminds me. I saw the most wholesome and heartbreaking Fullmetal Alchemist artwork a while back. I've seen this a while back, but it's always good and always brings a little bit of a bittersweet tear to my eye when I see it. It's Maze Hughes' daughter, grown up, and in her alchemist uniform, and she's gushing about her family, and specifically her dad, and just like him, has got all the photos coming out of her wallet, and it's like, hey, check out this photo of my family, check out my dad, wasn't he so cool? And it's like, oh, my heart, man, it kills me, but it's so good, so sweet. Love sweet stuff like that. there's your plug to go watch Full Metal Alchemist, by the way. Specifically Brotherhood. Nothing wrong with the original series. Nothing wrong at all. Different strokes for different folks. But, for my money, I am very much a Brotherhood kind of guy. Having watched both and read the manga in its entirety, because I'm a fiend for some Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I actually have one of the special issue books as well. I have to go look at it. I can't remember what it was for. It's got some artwork and a little mini story in it. Very nice. But for my money, having seen both, Brotherhood does in general, much better job of following the story of the manga, the original story. And that is because the original Full Metal Alchemist series came out as Full Metal Alchemist, the manga, was being published. So naturally, in anime fashion, it outpaced it and ended up having to go its own route with its own anime original story and ending. And it was, I'm not gonna spoil it, right? Because I want you guys to make your own opinion. But it was, shall we say, very interpretive. You know, it definitely was a very big departure from how the story actually ended in the manga. And there's a fan theory that connects both of them. That makes it way more interesting to me. But without that, I'm 100% every day, all day, gonna go with Brotherhood as the recommendation. It's actually, if we're not including movies, that is my favorite anime. Very normie, I know. You aren't gonna have me saying Monster is my favorite or anything like that out here. Nothing bombastic or super interesting, but it is true, I like it. Now for including movies, the original Ghost in the Shell is my favorite. I actually forced my best friend to watch Ghost in the Shell, the original, a few weeks back, and I think he liked it. He said he liked it, which I'm glad of. I torture that man sometimes with just showing him weird old stuff from the 80s and 90s that I adore, and he's very patiently puts up with me. Like, I showed him Blade Runner. Not the new Blade Runner. I'm talking Blade Runner, okay? The real Blade Runner. Blade Runner, the new one was fine. It's a good film. I enjoyed it for what it was. But it's not Blade Runner, you know what I mean? So I showed him that, and like, he thought it was an okay movie, but he just didn't get it. And we talked about it afterwards, and I just started gushing to him about the movie. And he was still like, you know what, it's not really my thing. But hearing you explain it and get so worked up and passionate about it, and explaining how much you like about it, I get it. Like, I can get it, right? Even if it's not my thing, I can appreciate it more. And I was like, man, what a freaking friend. Like, that's the kind of friend you want. You want a friend that will listen to you word vomit about your hyper obsessions and the things that you're passionate about and the things that you love, and be like, hey man, I appreciate it about this thing because you do, even if it's not my thing. And likewise, you want to reciprocate and be the friend who's going to be like, hey man, I don't really get this thing, but hearing you be so passionate and filled with joy over this random thing that you're just really into, that's cool. That's friendship right there, man. And so cool, because he is very much about some things that I just don't care about, man. But whenever he talks about them so passionately, I'm like, dang, I get it now. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have that same fire and zeal for it. But, like, that's really cool that you're into that thing and that's your thing. I want to hear more about it. are we at? 17-minute mark, just about? Yeah, we're doing all right. You're doing all right. This what? Oh wait, diary. What is that? Is that a readable item? It's so incredibly pink that it's impossible to convey with words. Fascinating. So I mentioned earlier how the story of Death Must Die isn't really laid out straightforward, but you can find readable entries, readable items that you can pick up that'll have little blurbs that help fill out the story and what's going on, especially from the side of Death and Death's minions, because you'll find them in the maps, and you can collect them and put them all in a little chest in the hub, the little hub area. Let's see. Let's grab this. And it's really cool, because it's not just going to be the whole thing either. You gotta get bits and pieces. So you might get the 4th note out of 6, where you've got this little nugget, and you're like, what is going on? I don't understand. And then you'll get another one, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I can start to see the pieces come together a little bit. And then you start hunting for the pieces that you miss, and replaying maps to find those. Really, really fun. What do we want to do? It's a little bit late in the day for the Mayhem ability. We can get more Black Serpents. Never hurts. It's a fairly good ability. Throws out curses, refreshes them if it pops them. Which, that's kind of the thing. It can be kind of hard to build Mort into a character, because a lot of her abilities synergize with themselves as opposed to with the other god blessings. And they can be really good. You can deal a lot of damage with them, but they require a little bit more setup and really investing in you going Mort as your primary benefactor, as it were. Let's do Swords 8, because that's funny. And if you're playing games like this seriously, I'm sorry, man, but you gotta chill out, because playing for the funny is where it's at. I'm here for that classic Diablo kill shit, get loot mentality when it comes to these games. Oh, which reminds me, actually, I wanted to talk to you guys. How interested would we be in playing Diablo on stream? I kind of feel like playing Diablo. I've been hankering for, dare I say it, I know this is an unpopular opinion around Diablo, but Diablo 3. I really enjoy Diablo 3. Thorn's Necromancer, my beloved. But also, Diablo 2, I cut my teeth on Diablo 2, actually. So I'd be interested in playing some of that. Maybe a little bit of Column A, a little bit of Column B. Even going back to Diablo 1, even though that's a bit of a fossil. Nothing wrong with some Diablo 1. Did I say Diablo 3 or Diablo 1? I meant Diablo 1. Let's grab that. Ooh, is that a weapon for her? It is a weapon for her. We lose a lot, though. Alright, I think that's about all we want. But yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Maybe we play... If I can find some Diablo 1, maybe we play that. And if not, then maybe we start with Diablo 2, play through that, and all its shenanigans, of which there are many shenanigans in Diablo 2, and then move on to Diablo 3. It'd be even kind of cool to have a persistent character, where we keep the same class throughout all of them. Even though I'm familiar with the story of Diablo, it doesn't quite work out that way as far as the story of it goes. I'm not gonna spoil, but that would be a little bit complicated. Now, that said, I know if nobody got me in Diablo, old Deckard Cain has got me. Let's see. She's got some good stuff. Maybe we play the desert this time. What are her upgrades? We have no upgrades for her. We have no upgrades. Maybe we stay on map 1. I'm gonna get my face pushed in if we go to map 2. Because when I tell you this game had a difficulty spike, oh boy, there was a difficulty spike. Alright. Wait, is that one of my... What is that? Ah, okay. My dagger summons skeletons. I was very confused there for a minute. Now I'm thinking about Diablo, which happens every now and then. It is unfortunate.
That's a tough shrimp.
Because I don't know if... I see. Oh, shoot. I don't have rerolls or alterations on her. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't know if you guys played Diablo 4, but, whew. Oh boy, that was not the game that I was looking forward to for all them years. I'll tell you that much. The gameplay was alright. The story was alright. It had its cool moments. But, can I level with you guys? Can I level with you guys real quick and keep it 100% real with you? Can you keep it secret from all the other Diablo fans who really like Diablo 4? It felt like a Diablo 3 expansion pack, man. I mean, I hate to be that way, but it was Diablo 3 expansion pack. I'm gonna be real with you. I know, it's a harsh reality, but I think that's the way of things. I really do. I wasn't wowed enough by it to really change my mind on it, just personally. Which I know, with all the hubbub around Diablo 3, that's kind of harsh, but that's just how I feel about it, man. It's really unfortunate because I did look forward to Diablo 4 quite a bit. But instead of being like, oh my goodness, this is the new Diablo, this is going to be crazy, this is going to be beyond awesome. Winter, my beloved, by the way. It was just kind of like, yeah, this is Diablo, I guess. Let's do this. I think we might spec into Winter more than anything else this time. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and get Devotion. And I was also thinking about other games I could play on stream. And while my heart wants to so bad, I know my computer would turn into an IED immediately if I tried to stream it. I was playing Tekken 8 yesterday, because if you guys don't know, I'm sure I mentioned it before, but if you're new around these parts and don't know, I love fighting games. I love fighting games. I grew up in the arcades. I cut my teeth on Tekken 5, played a lot of Street Fighter. At home, my game of choice was Mortal Kombat as far as console games go. That and Street Fighter. But Tekken is my main squeeze. I was playing Tekken 8 last night after a little bit of a break. And man, I got the itch hard. Not gonna lie, after stream, I might be playing some Tekken 8. Catch me on there, bro. But as much as I would love to play it, I was streaming it in Discord to a couple of friends of mine. Just because we were all gathered around. And when I tell you my computer was struggling, I mean, I went from a solid... Like, my computer, I play on a laptop. Alright?
My frost
So,
on him.
it's not crazy. You know, it's a decent laptop. However, I went from like a solid 45 frames a second, you know, north of 30, which I'm a simple man. I don't need the 520,000 420 69 blazed frames per second on 5,000 hertz monitors or anything like that. But going from 45-ish frames to 10, that's tough, brother. That's tough. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna upgrade the clone, but this is where I've struggled before with Nixie, is this section in particular. Because as you might notice with the way that her attacks have come out, the little sprite work, she does not have a very wide attack area. She does good damage, but she is very prone to getting overwhelmed. Very good elite and boss killer, not a good wave clear. Also, if you check, Scotty, when we were playing her, had 150 plus-ish health base. Leaf had 100-something health as well, I believe. Now, Nixie, if you'll see down here, great portrait sprite work as well. But down here, she has 45 health. She has about a third of the health that the other characters I usually play are. So I really struggle with this character, with how much of a glass cannon she is. Because I will routinely get myself into situations with her that are not very good. And that's because I think I've got way more health available to me than I actually do. Let's see. Let's get the hentai ability. You got double slimes too? That's just mean when I'm playing Nixie, bro. It is nice having the clone to split aggro, though. That is one of the really, really useful things about summons, even if they don't take a whole lot of, or don't deal a whole lot of damage, is that if they are actual models on the field with health bars, they will draw aggro, which is quite nice. Let's take that so we can get more frost out on the ground. Because Winter's ability is pretty cool. If you take her attack power up, you apply Chilled to enemies, which doesn't do a whole lot initially, a little bit of damage, all that good stuff. But if you hit someone with Chilled enough, they will freeze. They'll become immobilized, be unable to attack, move, or perform any actions. And if you get that in conjunction with another one of her abilities, Chilled and frozen enemies will instantly die below a certain threshold. Health threshold, that is. And that is very useful. She's also got a summon. I think every god in the game has summons now. That used not to be the case. That used not to be the case, or at least the majority of the gods did not. And if they did, it was like a master ability, a master or legendary ability, so it was really hard to roll. I've definitely noticed that. Winter did not initially, I believe, but she has the Ice Deer now. Miss Summer has the Flame Foxes, the Fire Kitsune, which are very cute. Big fan of Kitsune. I actually have a Kitsune tattoo up on my chest. Let's see, let's do this. Let's see, Mort has skeletons and ravens, which is very cool. Let's see, does the Lightning Boy have anything? I can't remember actually if he does. I'm not sure if the Sea God has anything either. Time has the clone. Crom has the blood swords. Nin has the stone golem. What gods am I missing? Come on, guys, help me out here. I'm trusting you guys. Back me up. The Fates don't have anything because they don't function normally. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody. Oh, Justice. I'm pretty sure Justice has something. Can't remember what though. Angel or Arbiter or something like that, perhaps? Look at the clone go. Go, girl, go. I think if I remember right, Summer also has a dragon you can get? Am I remembering that right? Or am I tripping? I could be tripping, but I think that's right.
Sometimes I don't get you humans. You were not meant to wander around the oceans.
Yeah, well, screw you. That's just like your opinion,
Still,
man.
I've saved a soul or two at Lachi's requests. Even a god can't say no to fate.
Yeah, this is why I love the Fates. They're awesome. Alright. Flood Masterwork. Do Whirlpool. We've got a lot of strikes. I did not realize how many strikes we had. We need to start collecting those like Pokemon. It'd be really funny if the Fates got a summon that you could get. That would actually be a great April Fool's patch, where you just get the Fates themselves that come out and start using their related weapons, like sewing needles, threads, maybe a spinning wheel. I don't know, one of them could throw the eye that they share. That'd be kind of funny. And I chose the Devotion to Winter specifically because I wanted her stuff, but the RNG is not favoring me today, is it? Those shield guys can be annoying. If you guys have trouble with the shield guys or anything with a shield in the game, go find Crom. Crom has got some shield breaking and ridiculous damage up and attack speed up abilities that you can get. He is going to be your man if those guys are not your friend. Now, if you want to just if you just want to go apeshit, if you're tired of being nice and want to go apeshit, get Summer, and then get Liu Gong, the thunder guy, the lightning god. And then, who else? Who else would be good in that? Summer, Liu Gong, and... Azure, maybe? Azure seems kind of good with that. You could do that. You could maybe do... You could do Winter for the lulz, but maybe Mort, honestly, or Time. Actually, no, Time. Yeah. Summer, Liu Gong, and Time would be hilarious. Because Time's got a speed up ability. Liu Gong has got speed up and distance based abilities. Summer is damage and a little bit of area of effect and on hit effects. Yeah, that could be a good time. see here. And we are not getting lucky on this map either as far as pickups go. There's another game quite like this, outside of Vampire Survivors, that I'll occasionally play, which has got more of a Eldritch tone to it, which we might play at some point, like as a one-off type deal on stream, called 20 Minutes to Dawn, I believe is the name. I'm sorry, the song 2 Minutes to Midnight by Iron Maiden popped in my head, and well, it's Iron Maiden, so it dominated my thoughts. But it's quite good. It's got more of an Eldritch theme to it. It's quite cool. It's more of a shooter as well. Isometric still. You got a couple different guns that you can choose from, and different characters with their own unique flavors and abilities. You can play as Haster, which is quite fun. I unlocked Haster one time when I was playing. I was like, what? I can do that? Well, it's got cool. You got a character who I can only describe as Red Riding Hood with a gun, which I really enjoy. There's also, well, there's Haster. She's got tentacles that you can summon. There's a ninja lady who can summon, who's got summons. There is female Rambo, who is bullet hell, but you're the hell, which is quite nice. And a bunch of other characters as well. And some characters vibe better with certain weapons and play styles. It's really interesting. It's got a little bit of area denial as well. There's a lot of enemies that explode in that game as their method of attack, as opposed to getting close to you and attacking, or causing damage on character collision. So it's a nice little change of pace. Definitely worth checking out. On the cheaper side, if I remember right. I don't remember it being super expensive to get. I got it a while back. I think I might have gotten it on sale. Damage is always good. Can't say no to damage. Alright.
Blessings for a rainy day.
I do like his tattoos. One of these days I'm gonna actually get my other side done, because currently my right chest and right sleeve are done. I've got a little bit of ink on my left arm, my upper arm. But other than that, I am conspicuously bare-fleshed. And I really, really like tattoos. It's kind of my thing. And I want to get my left chest and sleeve done at some point in the near to medium future. And then beyond that, I'll have to move on to my back, which I would like to get done. And then maybe a couple of pieces on my calves, maybe like American old school, tasteful, understated, but still there, as an homage to the tradition of tattooing of my homeland. My right side is done in more of a Japanese style, which is very, very nice. I cannot praise my tattoo artist enough. She did an amazing job. And if I was close to her still, I would absolutely 100% go back to her in a heartbeat. I will not disclose who she was. I would love to shout her out, but just with the way the internet is, I am not going to.
Here are some of my special gifts.
But in some manner, speaking her way, I hope that it kind of trickles back down to her, because she deserves every bit of the business that she gets. She is incredible. She's an incredible artist, but has also got incredible. You've heard of bedside manner with doctors, but this is needleside manner, I would say. Very, very easy to work with. Very, very easy to get tattooed by. Very much enjoyed being in her shop. one of the reasons I went to her actually was her use of color, because my right side has a lot of color in it. My left side, I'm open to a difference, but is probably going to be black and gray. So finding an artist who does very good black and gray is it can be kind of hard. It's a very particular style, especially with the kind of stuff that I'm floating the idea around of getting done. Ooh, these guys are getting crazy. See, my tattoo artist who did my right side, she has done a few pieces in the Japanese style, but is not something she has largely got on display of having done in her portfolio. But her use of color was so masterful, and her lines were so clean that I was like, you know what? I just got to go ahead and go with her, because she is amazing, and she's got amazing work, amazing use of color, and I know color is going to be a huge focal point of my tattoos on my right side. So let's go ahead and go to her and get it done, and I have not regretted it once since. It's an investment, though. I love tattoos. I love my tattoos. I don't think I will ever have a day or moment that I come to and I'm like, I wish I was not tattooed. However, you've got to put in the money for good tattoos, and almost, well, I would say more important personally, but almost as, if not more important, you got to put the legwork in to make sure that you're going to a good artist. Alright? Like, that's the real deal. You've got to go to somebody who's going to know what they're doing, know what they're doing, who's going to do what you want, but is also, and this is very important too, someone that you can trust to give creative and artistic liberty to do good work, right? Because there's give and take when you're getting your tattoos done that are custom, because with the exception of the one tattoo, which I already knew specifically I wanted that design, all of my stuff on my right side is custom work, and some of that is giving the reins and trusting your artist to do their job, which is art, and trusting them to do something awesome. And that can be hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's why you've got to be very picky. You've got to be picky, and you've got to find people who are going to do awesome work that you like. There's a lot of people who do tattoos who do awesome work that will never jive with my sense of style. It just won't. So I am very, very particular and picky about what kind of artist that I'm going to work with. And when you find a good artist that you like, if you're someone who's going to want a lot of tattoos over your life, you got to hold on to them, man. You got to hold on to them. Treat them well. Treat them with respect as the professional they are. Tip them well. If they're the kind of artist who's involved with the tipping culture, and even still, man, I highly encourage tipping your artists. Tip your artist, tip your bartender, alright? You will not regret it. Looks like our clone is drawing some good aggro. There you go. Keep going, girl. You got this. You got him. Actually, we're gonna upgrade her too. Heck yeah. Get it, girl. Clone got that upgrade and was like, "Hey, what's up? You trying to be on World Star? I got my dollar store camera on." Alright, 8 seconds. Let's make sure we've got both charge dashes. Alright, where's he at? He's up here. Why did he... Oh, he's going after the... That's hilarious. He You went after the clone initially. That's amazing. Winter, I did not need to know that. Happy for you, though. Let's go with the attack upgrade. Oh, yeah, we can melt. Like, this is the thing. You guys saw me struggling a little bit, getting a little bit worried with all the wave clearing. Single target? Dixie is insane. Alright. Nice. Nice ice. Get it? Because we had winners. Hey, you guys get it. Alright. Now this is going to be a little tiny bit shorter than what I've been shooting for recently. I've been shooting for more of that 2-hour mark. But, like I mentioned before and at the start of the stream, I am quite exhausted from work. Yeah, not a bad day, just a busy day. Know the difference. Busy days are not bad days. Helps the day go fast. But I am starting to feel a bit worn out. My throat is, I intended to talk less, but then I got on a row about Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, anime, and Arknights, which is 3 of the 4 horsemen for me, so my throat is starting to feel a little bit raw. But in any case, I do hope to see you guys soon. Tomorrow in particular, we've kind of shifted things over. I'm probably going to play Mahotsukai tomorrow if my throat is feeling good. If not, we will be playing one of 3 games, either Final Fantasy XII, Scald against the Black Plot. Oh my god, I can't speak. Let me try that again. If my throat is not feeling well enough for Mahotsukai, which on the Holy Night, we are going to be playing either Final Fantasy XII, Scald against the Black Priory, or Fires of Rubicon. I doubt I'll be playing Fires of Rubicon, depending on how the weekend goes and what we stream. I might hold that till Mecha Monday, depending on what I want to do. But Final Fantasy XII and Scald are almost certainly on the menu for the next few days. So if you're into those and into us playing those together, that's going to be your jam. And at some point we're going to play some Witch on the Holy Night, because I would like to get done with that. Even though I enjoy it and going through it slow, I would like it to be done before the end of the year. In any case, I appreciate you being here and spending time with me. I've loved spending time with you, and I hope to see you guys very soon. And we're almost at the weekend, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope that it's restful, and I hope you have a freaking awesome Friday. In any case, peace.